Have you ever thought what are the great exit options out of BCG, McKinsey and Bain? And do you want to know how can actually working in BCG, McKinsey and Bain and after exiting, how can that land you in a situation where you have 3x of the salary of BCG, McKinsey and Bain? If you're new here, then hi, I'm on a chai break, and whenever I'm on a chai break, I make out videos for all of you, and on my channel I talk about all things consulting, all things MBA, all things career advice and many a times lifestyle as well. So feel free to hit on the subscribe and the notification button so that you get notified whenever I'm making these special videos for all of you. It's a very interesting video because I am an exit I made an exit from BCG and I'm an ex-BCGer, and of course I've always maintained that I continue to bleed green. And what kind of salaries can you get as an exit after an exit from BCG, and how would a career at BCG, McKinsey and Bain largely help you to get such really outstanding exit? So feel free to stay tuned till the end to actually know about these exits and also know when is the right time to actually leave BCG, McKinsey and Bain. And to start with, I'm going to be dividing this video into 5 sections. First is, of course, what kind of value can you get. Second is the business acumen and the transferable skills. Third is the reality of consulting. Fourth one is, of course, the salaries. And fifth one is when is the right time to actually exit out of BCG, McKinsey and Bain. The first one is, how would a career in BCG, McKinsey, Bain really help you? The fact of the matter is you can hate it and you can love it. Working in BCG, McKinsey, Bain is really a signal in the society, especially in a country where we are living in 1.2 billion population. Not just studying in the top MBA programs, but after these MBA programs, if you can work in BCG and McKinsey, then it is a signal to a next employer that you are not just the creamy layer, you are the creamiest of the creamy layer. And that eventually will help you to actually get really outstanding exits out of BCG, McKinsey and Bain. Which brings me towards the second section, which is the transferable skills. When you work as a management consultant in BCG, you pick up a lot of business acumen around business model or growth ideas or the finance. How does finance talk to marketing and how does marketing talk to operation? Building business acumen, solving problems, structuring problems, finding structure in a messy situation and in an abstract situation becomes second nature for you. And that is a second transferable skill that you acquire. And that is why BCG, McKinsey, Bain are really hot cakes or sell like hot cakes in the market when they are looking for an exit. And similarly, in terms of soft skills, you have fantastic negotiation and communication skills, especially in terms of dealing with the CXOs. And that's why when they make an exit, they typically get to work with a CXO from a client side or a leading unicorn or a leading FMCG company or even in private equity. And I had made a separate video around the exit opportunities for BCG and banking firms. So feel free to check that out, which is a comparison. Which brings me towards the third section, which is the reality of consulting. Now, the fact is that working in BCG, McKinsey, Bain could be draining. There are long hours. You take long flights, your health could also take a toll, and you're many a time just thinking for some period of time and making PPTs and decking for a long period of times. At least for me, that was one of the downsides. And that is when I started really hitting the so-called reality of consulting, where the hours can impact your health, and after a point of time, you don't enjoy the process of decking and just PPT making. I look forward to hearing your views if you know of other downsides of consulting, perhaps other downside of consulting that traumatize you about consulting, and what are my views of it. I will perhaps comment as well on your comment. Which brings us toward the fourth section, which is the salaries and of course the other funding opportunities that you can get as a BCG exit. So because I worked in BCG India, the short term and the direct exit that I made after BCG was actually an opportunity in Dubai in a public policy advisory role in international affairs firm, and I made a 3x or got a 3x jump over my BCG India salary. That is also a function of because I got a chance to work abroad, and over and above they gave me a promotion had I been a BCG consultant in Dubai. They actually gave me a 30 to 40% jump over the BCG consultant salary in Dubai. So I got double benefit, A, of switching the geography, and B, of course, being a BCG exit out of the India office. And second, because I'm a founder and a CEO now, we have purposefully and consciously decided to not raise funds, but in fact, a lot of private equity, venture capital investors have reached out to us to check if you're looking for funding in an edtech sector. I have politely declined, but with the network that I am blessed with, it is not really hard deal to actually raise funds. And that of course can eventually raise your salary or raise your well-being or your wealth for your startup as well, being a BCG exit. Which brings me towards the fifth section of this video. When is the right time to actually leave BCG and McKinsey? I'm a huge believer of not just advancing your wealth. I'm a huge believer of advancing your well-being, which means that if you're someone who does not enjoy the work you're doing, or if you are someone who just doesn't like creating PPTs, who is a doer as well, plus a thinker, and for some reason if you believe that BCG hours may not be sustainable for you for the long draining travel you do and for the long hours that you have to spend, then perhaps that could be the right segue for you and the right point when you can figure out your exit opportunities. So those are the 5 sections and the 5 points I wanted to talk about, how you can make actually 3x of your BCG salary after an exit from BCG and McKinsey. And if you need more help to become a BCG McKinsey Bain consultant or work in product management, feel free to check out Impact Fellowship at my education venture at globalgovernanceinitiative.org. With that, take care, stay happy, stay healthy, and be kind to each other. I'll see you very much soon. Bye-bye.